What's up? Today is Monday. So Mondays I don't usually work. I take the day off. Not off completely from work. I just don't run appointments and be on a schedule on Mondays. I always do a 9 o'clock appointment with my team in the office. Go through last week, get all of our invoices together, cut all the checks for everybody that we owe. Talk about what's going forward, follow up on estimates from the week prior. So it's just a recap of next week, and then we go through the goals for this week, what jobs we're after, who we're going to follow up with, who we're going to relentlessly follow up with, and just figure out what we got to do for the week. Today, I am here because I'm estimating these buildings for a church. So this is like a whole camp. There's tons and tons of buildings. So I'm going through here. Look at all these damn buildings. I mean, they never stop. This one's in the way of a bunch more. So what they want me to do is for these green buildings here. So I guess there's 12 of these, 15 of these I counted. But I'm going to measure those for metal and shingles. They have 2 layers on them. Now the inside of these buildings, they don't have an attic. It is B-board on the ceiling. The trusses are exposed. So if you use 1 1/4 coil nails, you're going to blow through their ceiling, and they're probably not going to be too excited about that. So little things that you got to make sure, you know, when you're looking at something that looks a little strange, you want to make sure you get that right, because you send your crew out there and they start blowing holes in the ceiling. It's going to cost you some money, that's for sure. Here's a standing seam roof. This is what we're going to quote doing. This roof, I sure as hell didn't do this. That's a little, I got pipe collars, got it all picked up on the side like that. I don't think that's proper procedure for metal. I'm not a metal expert. We do it sometimes. We do a lot of bay windows in copper and things of that nature. But I have a guy that's really experienced in metal. So I basically call in metal to my distributor, give them the measurements, they cut everything to exact for the job, and they ship it out. So it's literally like a puzzle. Everything's already made for you. You just got to put it on and install it. This one here looks a little bit nicer. Little power vent up there. So I'm getting these together, and then I was thinking about, you know, what can my video today be about? I thought about scheduling, but depending on where you're in your business, you know, the way my schedule works is a little different, because I can take a day off and the business keeps moving. But when I first started, no way. It was hustle, 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 Sunday to the next Sunday. Whatever you got to do, whenever you got to do it, you know. If people only wanted to quote Sunday morning, I was there Sunday morning. Now, you know, I pick and choose what I want or what I need to do. So we'll go through that eventually. But today I figured, since I was here, I would cover something about how do you get jobs like this? How do people call you from government facilities or city, fire stations, police stations, churches? You know, how do you get notice and recognition for and have these people call you to be their guy? So this one, they called me. This is in Bruce Township, which is just north of Romeo, where my office is. My office is in a downtown area. It's at 32 Mile and Main Street. Right in front of my office, there's a stop sign. So anybody that stops in the traffic in downtown stares at my office. So that helps a lot. Another way is, you know, Google. Google has a balloon. Wherever your office is, you should have a balloon over your business. So if it's Joe Schmo's Roofing and it's in Oxford, Michigan, and somebody in Oxford, Michigan types in Joe Schmo Roofing, Google will take a balloon to the nearest place, or the nearest, you know, the nearest few, and that should be you. So that's another place. Now when Google takes you there, it's going to have reviews there, and you better have some reviews, because other companies will, and Google will put them before you, even if you're closer. So reviews is huge. I preach it all the time. I talk about reviews, and that's how I made my business, is based on reviews. If you look at my business and you look under the reviews on Angie's List or Google, that's really where I focus on it. Facebook too, but those are kind of the 2 places, and you'll see an astronomical amount, and that's how I do what I do. So as you're getting building, if you're in the building phase of your business, just getting started, every single customer, if you say, you know, you give me your invoice and on the bottom it says, you know, minus $20 if reviews left. If you send them an email after saying I'll give you a gift card, just incorporate it in the price. You got to get the reviews. $20. The review will bring you much more than $20. So everybody that writes a review, I set a $25 gas card for every single person. It costs me a couple hundred a month, but I mean, what it's done now, since I have hundreds and hundreds, it buys itself on Monday. So always incorporate that stuff in there. I'm a whole different part of it's a whole different area. So I'm kind of just walking through and checking this out as I talk. So that's a good way. Another way is send out flyers. I just sent out 56,000 flyers to the nearest 6 cities. It cost me $15,000 to do that. Now you don't have to start a campaign that big, but you can just send them to all your local agencies. Send a few. Send one to your building department, fire stations, stuff like that. My wife does a lot on what is it? Facebook's I Love Romeo, or We Love Romeo. Every city has a Facebook. Bloomfield has Bloomfield Moms. You know, we market to that stuff. And then once you do work for somebody in that area, you know, and they write something on one of those websites, it helps out a lot. The other day, my wife came out and she's like, "Oh, it's so cool." And I was like, "What?" She's like, "On I Love Romeo Facebook, somebody asked if they knew a good roofing company, and 6 people wrote Paramount." I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool, you know, because in Romeo, this is where we're at." So it's very cool to have a little niche area. Now, if you're in somewhere that's super busy, like Bloomfield, or you know, wherever you live, if it's a super busy place and there's tons of competition, it makes it a little bit harder because you're one of many. But I've really made my niche out here to where not everybody is. But I do a great deal with, you know, your local chamber of commerce. That's another place you can advertise with, or you just be known. Shake everybody's hand, join your chamber. Sometimes you have to go to a meeting once a month or whatever, but you'll be amazed once people start talking about you and get to know you. This spring we're doing our chamber of commerce building. Over the winter I did a repair for the fire department. Last year we did the roof on the library. So once you get into this kind of stuff, we got a church coming up, St. John's Lutheran in Romeo. We're going to be doing here, I think they said the end of May. Last year we did another church on Main Street. So once you get known, everybody knows everybody as far as once the public figures get involved. So it's a great place to generate income. Now with these buildings, I do not charge top dollar like what I would charge, you know, a customer that is, wants all the top of this, wants the top of the line things. But you give them a good price, and you can do 100 jobs a year at a medium price, or you can not do any because you charge a high price. So that's up to you. You should never discount your prices as into where you're breaking even or just making a little bit of money. But taking your margin from 30% to 20%, I don't think that is that big of a deal when you're talking about something like this, to where they'll just call you and there is no other bids. It's just they're taking yours. Everybody knows you're going to do a good job at a good price, and you keep it consistent. So that's a little bit about this and doing this government work or city work, church work. Just be honest, do what you say you're going to do, listen to people, let them tell you what they want, and then that's what you got to do. So that's it for me today. Check this out. Yesterday I went to the Motor City Tattoo Convention, and Brian Merck put this on my leg, so she's a little raw today, but something cool. I like tattoos. So alright guys, see you later.